because as you can see, I kind of screwed up this one. So I think we'll start with white. And if you get on, please let me know you're here so I can say hi, hopefully. I've got a little delay between what I see on the tablet versus what I'm filming. It's kind of strange, I've never done this before. But it'd be easier than trying to walk behind the table each time to see if anybody's commented. I hope everybody's staying safe out there. Virginia is not on a total quarantine. They're suggesting that people limit it to no more than 10 people in one place. Restaurants are closing their lobbies, and the stores are kind of bare. But that's to be expected during something like this. I just hope everybody comes out of this all right. So I'm going to start with white on the bottom. And then I'm going to do some more teals to go with this teal that I already have going. You might be able to hear in the background, I hear somebody's got a motor going. I live out in rural Virginia. Not super rural, but rural compared to the city. So we have, excuse me, bigger lots and a little bit more space to separate ourselves. It sounds like somebody's got their generator running so they can make sure their generator's working properly. I am in my garage, and I'm in my separate garage because my husband is using our main garage. So we just have to learn to work together. Hi Kim, how are you today? How's it over on your side of the county? What I'm doing is I'm just adding different colors of teal, and this is the first time I've ever done anything like this where I've actually redone something that I've already done. I don't know if this is going to work, it's just an experiment. I hope it works because I love the teals, and I was so disappointed when part of it didn't pick up. And so I'm hoping that we have good experience with this. I'm just going to keep adding layers of paint. This first batch of paint is going to be, or this first batch that I'm doing the visors in, the water, what I'll do is I will pour it into my big tray to do the scarves afterwards. And the dirty water is not going to do anything to the scarves. It'll just add, it just goes, any paint that's in the water goes down to the bottom. It doesn't stay on the top. And what I like about water marbling is it does not, first of all, there's no exact science, first of all. And you can't make two of anything. Everything is one of a kind. You could try to duplicate, but it's impossible to duplicate. Okay, now I'm going to just decorate it. And because I'm in such a small container, I really can't use my normal way of using rakes and combs and everything. I see a lot of bubbles on this one, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleaning up before I actually do the marble. Like, I gotta pop all these little bubbles that are on top. So what is everybody doing to keep themselves entertained during this time of, what do they call it? Stop in place, or don't go anywhere. I'm worried about our seniors. My parents are seniors. I worry about the healthcare workers. I hope they all stay safe. I appreciate what they do, and the truckers and everybody. It's just amazing how this country just steps up to the problems and handles it. And I hope it stays that way. Okay, I think we're ready to Hi Stephanie, how are you? Okay, so we see what it looks like beforehand. That mistake was my big problem. So let's see what we get when I try to do it again. I think it worked. I think it worked. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Let's see. It worked. Oh, goody, 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 goody. I am so happy. What I do is I do one rinse in one bucket of water. I was able to salvage it. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, I was able to salvage it. I hope I get it in there. Oh, I'm so happy. It turned out good. Now I'm over here in another bucket before I hang to dry. And what I'll do is once this dries, I wash it, dry it again, or no, I'm sorry. Once this dries, I heat set it, then I wash it and dry it again, and then it's ready for use. Oh, and it turned out so good. I'm so happy. So I can redo them, I guess. I guess you want to stick with the same color scheme. But yay. I am so happy. Okay, so that was the first one. Will you only do one or many in this batch? Now, this batch, this water is done. I'm going to do another, I'm going to clean off the top surface, and then I'll be able to do my next one. And what it does, it takes the paint off the surface. Now you see all that paint in the water, but that's okay. That's not going to hurt anything. The paint in the water is not going to affect the next print. They call it a print when I lay it on, when you lay the item on top of the water. But the whole goal is to get the water surface paint free. So once the paper comes free of paint, I will know it's clean. And it looks like this one had a lot of paint, but but I really wanted to make sure that paint did not, or that covered the old one. I'm so happy I was able to save it. Now, Kim, you had said your colors were purples, right? Sorry if I've got the sniffles. It's allergy season here in Virginia, on top of COVID-19. So you get the sniffles along with the lives. I'm going to do one more. It looks like the water is covered in paint, but it's actually below the surface, pretty much. Oh, it looks like there's still a lot in there. I think I pulled it off the side. There, it's close enough. A little teal and purple won't hurt anything. Okay, so this next one, what I'll do is I will do purples. And I usually start on the bottom with, my base coat is usually white or black, depending on what I'm making. Because then whatever's on the bottom gets pushed, and then it gets into small concentrations instead of the top surface. What I'm doing right now is just getting rid of some bubbles that I see, because bubbles will leave a open patch. Stephanie, how are you feeling? And I'm glad that now I'm seeing that the water is accepting the paint back. The first batch is always a dud batch. As you saw with the first batch, the white was not spreading the way I like it to spread, but now the water is allowing the paint to spread. And that's what I love. And you see how it pushes, but never blends. Okay, and I'll start with a dark purple and work my way down to lighters. I love how this looks. What's your favorite color combinations? And I don't know if anybody's noticed, now through the end of the month, I've created a coupon code for my online shop. Any purchases over $50, you can get 10% off your entire purchase. This includes shipping and tax. I know I'm a luxury, but Mother's Day is coming up. And we always got to remember Mom. And I ship them from Powhatan, Virginia. And as of today, we have no cases in Powhatan, I'm happy to say. Going lighter and lighter but I think I'm going to do some more dark on top, just to have fun. I love the dark purple with the light purples. Another color combination I love to see is the purple and blue, and maybe a little bit of green in there. And today I am going to have, I'll have a total of 7 visors that I'm doing and 6 scarves. And I don't expect everybody to stick around, but please do, and jump in and out and have a little bit of relaxation on this chilly spring day. I've got bubbles in this one too. One thing I noticed with marbling, the more water is used, the better the outcome. It's kind of strange. But it likes to seem, I think it likes to have the paint in the water. I think it helps with the surface. Not sure why, but who am I to ask? What I'm doing is water marbling. Now this one is going to be just a plain white, and hopefully it'll turn out well. Yep, it turned out well. Yay. And it's amazing. I mean, just that little bit that I had it in there, it picks up the paint, prints it onto the fabric, and it's permanent. The paints I use are acrylic. They are watered down with a dispersant, and all the fabrics have to be natural fabrics. You can't use acrylic or anything like that. It has to be a natural fabric, and it needs to be, I do a thing called mordant with an alum mordant, and that prepares the fabric to be printed and to accept the paint. If you don't use the mordant, it will not accept the paint. Okay, my initial rinse is done. Now I'm going to go over here and do my other rinse. So this is what it turned out like. I'm really happy with it. It turned out beautiful. Okay, and that one up to dry. I think I'm going to put some newspaper under where the water's dripping, just to save the floor a little bit. Okay, now time to clean the water again. Now I think this one, because I didn't use quite as much water, or so much paint, I don't think this one's going to be as hard to clean off. Almost got it. What this plastic bin is, you know, those 3-tier drawer things that you get, you know, at Walmart or whatever. We had one of those, and the stand broke. So we saved the one drawer so I could use it for marbling. And it works perfectly. The only thing is you got this one the little front corners are a little kind of difficult to get clean. Let's see if we got most of it. Yep, pretty good. Okay, next color combination. What do you think? Should we do something springy, like yellow and pink and green? No, that's not a nice color green. No, I don't want that green. How about this green? And should I do a little orange? No, that's yellow. You have to shake them to see what they truly come out to be. I'm not crazy about that. Another green. Yeah. Looks like there's still a little bit of purple on the top here. Yep. Okay, so again, I'm going to start with the white. Oh, and I love how it's spreading now. Any suggestions for what colors I should use? And if you've just jumped on, say hi so I know you're here. Okay, so we're going to start with white again. And we'll do green. I'm thinking like a flower. We got the green petals. Or I'm sorry, the leaves. And leaves are not just one color green. They always have a little bit extra something in there. So let's put a little bit of yellow green. Which pink do I want? That's a good pink, I guess. Or do I want to do, ooh, let's do a violet flower. I'm thinking almost pansy-like here. What I'm going to do with these, I think, is try to put the next color that I'm going to put on top is yellow, which would be like the inside of a pansy, is what my thought process is. Whether it will work out that way, I'm not sure. But let's really intensify the purple. And you see how it makes the green condense down, and the more of one color you put, if you keep putting it on top of each other, it intensifies that color. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is yellow on top of, ooh, it doesn't want to float. That one doesn't want to float, so put you aside, you're being difficult. That just totally disappeared. Let's see if this one will work. There we go. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking put it down through the center of each one of the purples. Sounds like they turned off the generator. It's funny the sounds you hear here in the country. You wake up to chickens squawking. Dogs barking. Throw a little bit more purple on there. Okay, not sure if I'm not getting the messages through or what. Let's see, it says I got 8, but for some reason I'm not seeing 8. So if I miss your message, I'll just go back and get them when I'm done. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm hearing a rooster. I'm not sure where he's located. I think it's the person behind me, but I'm not positive. We have a couple of people in our neighborhood who have chickens. Okay, what do you think? Okay, and here we go. This one, I'll do this way. Oh, that turned out cute. Love it. And what this water is, the water is thickened with a stuff called methicellulose. And methicellulose is used in bookbinding, so it's kind of leaves like a gel feel on top of everything before I rinse it off. And that's why I do 2 rinses. One to get the initial gel off, and then another one to get the rest of it off. So that turned out cute. I'm happy with it. Down, 4 to go. Well, I'm looking at my phone and I can see Kelly's watching. Hi, Kelly. And Vicky. Hi, Vicky. I don't know why it's not showing up on my computer, but I figure I'll take a peek back there and see. What I'm doing now is I'm just going to take all the paint off the top of the surface. I was going to be demonstrating this year at Powhatan's Festival of Fiber. That is a fiber festival, and no, not the fiber for eating, for sheep and alpacas and basically all the yarn yumminess and goodness for knitters, spinners, weavers, crocheters, anybody who does anything in the fiber arts. And so I am the vendor coordinator for that event. And unfortunately, we had to cancel for this year. It would have been our 8th year. And I think we made the right decision. It was a very difficult decision to do. I didn't want to cancel, but that's something we needed to do. Because we do have about 2,000 people that come to this event every year. So it was the right thing to do, even though I didn't want to. Trust me. But the vendors have been very understanding, and they had the choice of either applying their payment to next year, which many of them did, and then we had some that wanted refunds, which is totally understandable too. So at least we're able to give that option. But it does bring a lot of people to Powhatan every year. And the restaurants, they all prepare for it and everything. And when we first started, they didn't even know what we were. It was so funny. They had no idea we had an event going on, and we were so quiet. And at that first year, we had about, I want to say it was about 1,500 people that came to the thing. And it was kind of neat to realize that people didn't even know what was happening, that we're not in the fiber world. But those of us in the fiber world, we knew. And yes, I am a knitter. I started knitting, and then I began spinning. Because a woman decided to give me alpaca fiber, so I had to figure out what to do with it, and I couldn't waste it. So I started spinning in 2010, met my wonderful friends at Clotho's Hand Spinners, and I was talking to the woman who owned Holly Spring Homespun it was a yarn store in Powhatan, and she said she was thinking about that we should try to get together a fiber festival. I'm like, that would be interesting. And so that's how it all started. She said, let's do a fiber festival. There were 6 of us that got together and said, okay, let's plan this out. We planned it out, and we had so much fun. The first year was hard because we had to beg, borrow, and steal tents and everything else. And after the first year, it kind of took care of itself. We started with nothing and turned out to be quite an event, very well loved event. I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to do. I'm thinking gray, yellow, barn red. Do I want to do the yellow? I don't know. Let's do barn red and green. And gray or white? I think white. So let's add a little brown in there too. There. Okay. Let's see, we'll start with white. And that's just to fill the background. Most of these don't have much white showing, unless I add more to the top. I see a little bit of purple still in there. And then we'll do some brown. I think this is called nutmeg. And this one I'm not going to do in any particular, I'm going to just drop the paint on instead of in any particular plan. Then I'll do green. like that green. I'm not one for much for a bright green, but I do like a forest green or an olive green. And then the red. Let's see what we get. It's almost like a cranberry. And red can be overpowering if you put too much on. Okay, and pop these bubbles, because bubbles are bad. They leave a void in the print. And then this one, I'm going to do this. I'm sorry if I'm not seeing if you are watching. For some reason my feed is not showing the comments on my tablet. But I will, I promise, I will go back and review all the comments. And I'll try to review them on the phone when I'm moving it over to the big trough. That's going to be kind of neat. Let go. Now these visors, they are cotton. This one's didn't turn out as well. Not the way I want it to, at least. Yeah, this one's going to have to dry, and I've discovered that I can redo them, so I'll just redo this one. I dry it, and then I have to re-mordant it, and I'll just do it again. I had that feeling it wasn't going to pick up right. It just didn't look right when I lay it down. It didn't want to go down properly. But it turned out, the colors turned out pretty. See, the colors turned out pretty, except right here and here it didn't pick up right. So I'm going to have to redo it again. It's always sad when they don't work out, though. Nothing you can do about it, though. It's part of the art. Let's see if I'm seeing anything. Okay. It's drip, 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 drip. And now, time to clean. Trying to figure out what I should do for my next colors. I think this next one needs to be in some blues. Thinking blue with a little bit of yellow. I never use much black. But I think this one I will do some black. I'll do a white base and then some black on the next, and then the blues. Maybe another white and then blues. Again, I'm not sure. It's so funny, it looks like it's so dirty, but the surface is clean. Okay, so let's leave the white out. This one, I want to do blue. Are they two different blues? Yeah, let's do all blues. Is that a blue or purple? No, I think it's closer to purple. I know what I'll do. I'll start with white, and then I'm going to go darker to lighter in blues. Oh, I love that blue. That one's just a smidge lighter. At first I didn't even think it was dropping. But once it starts spreading, you can see it is a little bit lighter. And then we'll go this one. This one. That one doesn't want to seem to, that wants to seem to drip down. And a little bit lighter. Let that spread a little bit. And then gotta pop the bubbles. The bubbles are because of the water, or the bottles that I use, they sometimes cause bubbles. Doesn't drive me crazy though. So, and I like the size of the bottles. They're small, so I can do small batches of paint instead of large. Okay, now let's try to hold this one a little bit better and see if it'll go in better. Much better, woohoo! Yes. I love it when they turn out good. Oh. Okay. I'm liking that one. I'm not much for, I'm a purple person myself. Purple and burgundies and plum and all those colors. But this blue turned out really good. Maybe I should do one with reds. What do you think? I think that turned out beautiful. I love it. newspaper to go under my strips. Finally, my feed is finally showing again. Yay! Hi, Jan. I was happy with the blue too. Isn't it fun, Gloria? I love it. It's something different, and it's really neat to watch, especially if you were quarantined. I'm fortunate enough not to be quarantined, but my family in New York, they've closed everything down. Now, I'm from upstate New York. I'm not from New York City. And my family's not had any problem, thank goodness. But I feel for those people in the cities, that's for sure. You know what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning off the surface of the water. And it'll look dirty, but it isn't. It's just the surface that I need clean. Anything below the surface does not affect a print. Makes you want to learn, I agree. I learned by going to one of those paint and play. And then they gave you a little bit of information, but not what you needed. So then I got into researching it, how to do it. There is a learning curve because you have to figure out, it's the learning curve, I think, is the water and the humidity. I'm on well, so it doesn't, the thickness of the water is different than if I were on county water or city water, because I don't have the chemicals that those do. So it's just, it's finicky. And once you find your set thicknesses of the water and everything, it's so much fun. And this is an art that has been going on for thousands of years. If you look at the old books, that's the inside of old books. They're done by water marbling. And it's just something that has been going on for centuries. They call it Hebrew art, Turkish water marbling. And my bubbles do not want to go away. And bubbles are bad, because bubbles leave a void in your product, in your print. There we go. A couple more. What color should I do now? I can do Jan, I can do multiple prints on the same water, but each time I have to clean off the surface and then do the next print. Let's see. How about, do I want to do black, white, and gray? What do you think? Or should I add a little color? Maybe a little bit of red. Okay, so I'm going to start with black, white, like my normal. Allergy season here in Virginia. Whew, gotta love it. I was walking the dogs today. I'm like, oh, the air is so thick. It is terribly thick, and it was hard for me to breathe. And I do have asthma, which makes you even, like, I've been having issues with my asthma, and I'm like, I don't want to even go to the doctor. And I know I need to, but I don't want to be anywhere near a doctor's office right now. Okay, and then I'll do a light gray. Oh, I think this one's going to turn out pretty cool. I've never done. Do I want to do it? Do I dare do a little bit of red? Oh, I don't know. Some more gray, a different color gray. What do you think, guys? Should I do a little bit of red? Or should I just leave it alone? I'm thinking I might want to leave it alone. Pop some bubbles. Come on, pop. Pop or get out of my way. Maybe just a touch of red. Just a little. Okay. We'll see. If we don't like it, we can just take it up. Yeah, I can get rid of it. Let's spread out a little bit. Okay. Let's go this way. Oh, they look like hearts. Oh, I like the red in there. Yep. Yep, I think that turned out good. And then it did need that little bit. I always like a little bit of contrast. Okay, here we go. I've only got two visors left, and then I'm onto the scarves. Okay, we got a couple bubbles I want to get rid of. I don't have good lighting in here like I do other places. If you didn't hear, I'm in my garage. My husband's, well, we have two garages, and this is our detached, and my husband's in our attached. He's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. I hope that picked. Oh, it did. Yay. Okay, now let me rinse that off and see what it comes out like. Oh, that turned out good. It's out of my comfort zone. Definitely out of my comfort zone as far as colors are concerned, but it turned out good. Yay. Okay, let me put this in the second rinse. Yeah, Gloria, I was happy with how it turned out. Thank you, Jan. Okay, now this surface is going to be nasty. So what should I do for my last one? Help me figure out colors for my last visor. And that'll give me an even dozen visors that I have available. Oh, that wasn't too bad. That came off quite quickly. Yes, I have had people do that they take the leftover paint, and yeah, it would make a really cool, but I've done paper, but I like the cloth. I just love the finished cloth. And Martha, you're one of the ones you got one of my oops scarves, and I'd love to see what it becomes because you do journal books, and I'd love to see how they turn out and how you use my oops scarf. It was so disappointing. It was so embarrassing to have that happen right on screen too. I'm like, oh, that would happen to me. But then again, I had a visor do the same thing. It happens. Okay. Any ideas what I should do for my last colors? What am I looking for? Let's pop some bubbles. And what I'm going to do with this water afterwards, I'm going to pour it into the big trough so I don't waste any of this. So I can do my 6 scarves in the silk scarf marbler. And that is a trough that's 6 feet long, actually 6.5 feet probably. Girly colors. Let's see. Pink, lavender, and light blue. Okay, I can do that. Okay. White we need, lavender, pink. Let's see. We'll go with this pink and light blue. I know I have light blue. Where are you? There you go. So this color combination, sure, why not? Right, that looks like a gray. That doesn't look like light blue. No, that's not. No, that is a light blue. I guess when you put it next to the pink, it looks like a light blue. Okay, so we start again with the white. And my gloves are sliding off. You don't have to use gloves, but I'd like to use gloves just because I don't want to have to get it out from under my fingernails and everything. And I know a lot of people don't use gloves, but that's just me. Okay, we'll do the purple on the bottom. And maybe we'll do, let's do rose. And we'll do one in the middle. And then we'll do pink. Woo! And then light blue. Let's do light blue on top of the purple and on top of the pink. Ooh, this is going to look kind of cool. I would have never picked this color combination. Thank you, Gloria. And I think I'll do another row of it again because it looks like the blue is like taken over. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. One more. And then pink. Yeah, that blue really took over. Wow. So I think I'll add a little bit more purple. What do you think? I think that'll be good. Let's see what I get when I swirl. We'll go a long way. Do some hearts. Woo. And then we'll do so it's not too mixed up. And then we swirl. Oh, this is pretty. You know what this reminds me of? Barbie. 70s Barbie. Love it. Okay, last one. Got some blue. Oh, that's the surface. Okay, okay, good. Oh, that turned out so cute. Let me rinse it and then I can show you. Oh my gosh, this turned out so cute. I would have never put that color combination. That is great. I love it. All right, let me rinse this off again. Okay. Now I just need to clean off this water. Yeah, that turned out really pretty, didn't it? I know that one will go. It just reminded me, if I had put a little bit of lime green, oh, that would have been so 70s. I love it. I had this sleeping bag that I had when I was back in the 70s. Oh, lime green, bright yellow, hot pink, and all in paisleys. I think they called them slumber bags. We didn't have sleeping bags back then. Gloria, we can work that out, definitely. You know how to get in touch with me, and we can make this happen. Gloria is the founder of my e-booth, which is a new platform for selling handmade products. And I am so excited. They are, I say, in place of Etsy, because it's only handcrafters on there. So it's a very user-friendly format, and I was able to get a store up and running within an hour. And the nice thing is you can give it a try because 25 items or less are free. The only fee you have to pay is the credit card fee, and you don't have to pay a transaction fee or anything like that. Now, if you want to do over 25, it's $9.99 for 50, and that's it. You pay $9.99 a month. That's it. And then if you want to go over 50, so up to 100, it's $14.99. And that's it. There's no listing fee, there's no transaction fee, there's nothing. It's just a flat fee. So I'm excited to be part of the beginning of it. And Gloria is very active promoting vendors. Is there a way to put a digital items on the site? That's a good question. Gloria, can you answer that? I have not tried. I think there is, but I'm not positive. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move you over to the big trough. So it's going to shake a little bit. I try to minimize the shaking, but sorry, I apologize. And unfortunately, there is that wonderful, wonderful light that's glaring, but I can't do anything about that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is gently, hopefully, oof, this is heavy, gently pour this water with paint in it into the trough. And again, that's not going to mess up the top. And the reason why I'm saying gently is because I don't want too many bubbles. It looks like a rainbow. But again, and I'll clean off the surface just to make sure, but it shouldn't affect the surface at all. Let's see, I've got, I wonder if I have something I can put on there. Oh, that's nice. It's so funny looking, it's just like sitting there, but that's okay. You can add it as a normal item. And just, okay, yeah. Did you get that, Martha? So basically she says you can't add it, but you just have to email it to them afterwards. Okay. Now I do have a custom order that I will be doing in these scarves. But I want to do at least one before I do the custom order, because as you saw, the paint doesn't like to float on the initial like I want it to. But I do want to clean off the surface, make sure none of that is that looked pretty good. Very little paint on there. Okay. So, what should I do this time? This time, okay, I know I need the teal and black for the custom. She wants all teals and blacks. Okay, so I think I need to do a neutral. I haven't done a neutral. You know, I haven't done want to do a black. Maybe that black's almost done. I want to do black and 2 different browns. And maybe 3 different browns. Okay, and white. Okay, so this one I'm going to do, obviously start with our white. Ooh, I see a bug. It's already bug season here in Virginia. Yesterday it was 80-some degrees. It was gorgeous. Windy as all get out, but it was gorgeous. I think I'm going to have to move this table. I can't reach. I'm too short. Sorry for the loud noise. Didn't think about that. Okay. Now this trough is it's about 6.5 feet long and 16 inches wide. Because my scarves are 6 foot by 14 inches. I think I'm going to need to make some white pretty soon. Okay. This is when I first started out, I just tried Dynaflow. And it worked okay, but it bounces. But I didn't have to water it down, which was kind of nice. But it doesn't spread as much as I want it to. But I have to use it up. It's just what I have to do. But a lot of it doesn't want to, that's the last of that. It doesn't want to float as well. And we're doing this is the first, on the clear water, that's the first time it's been on. Ooh. For some reason my screen went dead. Okay, so I understand the issues of being short. Yeah. I'm using, just regular acrylic paint. But you notice how where the paint was on the bottom, or that in this area here where the paint was already, or the water was already dirty, the paint floats beautifully. It's when it's brand new, it doesn't float as well. And it's acrylic paint. Yes, it is acrylic that I thin down. And again, you have to find your own, it's based on your water. So, and I use distilled water as well. But you can also get a dispersant if you'd like. It just doesn't, down here it's all just sinking because the water is just not ready for it. It says, no, 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 no. I think I'm going to do browns. I've had people tell me they like the neutrals. To my stick. Oh, there it is. I just have a skewer that I use for swirling with. Now it looks like this part's going to have blue, but it won't. It will just be brown and black and white. Oh boy, does the white not want to show up. Gloria, how is the pandemic down in New Orleans? I hope you guys don't go on lockdown. This one is just going to be a sloppy, messy one. Black is out. Throw gray in there. It's hard to tell when you've got this type, you know, part of it's colored and part of it isn't. It makes it difficult to tell what it's going to do. And I haven't made myself one of the really long combs because I just haven't. I mean, this is doing fine. I like how small and portable it is, easier to store. You can make these long combs. To go the full length at one time, but this will work fine. And this one I just made with rulers and I guess they're bamboo toothpicks. And it's just something different. And just duct tape. It works. It does what I needed to do. And that's all I care about. That's looking kind of cool. I like how that turns out so far. Okay, and the final is the swirling. And some people just leave it the way it is, but I like it swirled. That's just me. Everybody has their own taste. But I like having it swirled and no definite design. Some people like to make hearts or flowers. I'm not that artistic, unfortunately. This is about as arty as I am. I mean, I'm a bookkeeper by day, so I'm a very linear person, I guess you'd say. And so knitting is right up my alley because it's has a definite in, definite out. And that's definitely up my alley. Crochet is a little bit more abstract for me because you can go in here or you can go in there. There's no definite plan. And then there's water marbling, where it's whatever you want it to be. And I think that's what I've kind of been drawn to with it. Okay guys, here I go. I've got my scarf already set up on my rack. Fingers crossed. And down. One, two, three. You can hear the loud cars on the road even. I hope they're not too distracting to you. Okay. And here we go. Lift that off. And now I make sure, oops, no, it's right in. Make sure the edges are painted. Because there's nothing worse than seeing the seam all white on the one side and not on the other, or and color on the other. I like to have it more cohesive if I can. Sometimes it doesn't always pick it up. Okay. Where'd my other bucket go? Ugh. Bucket's getting heavy. Okay, here we go. I think this one's going to turn out so pretty. And now I rinse. Now when I get the paint, or the paint's not coming off, it's just the thickened water that I'm taking off. And I'm doing the second rinse now with cleaner water. Oh, this turned out pretty. Oh shoot. So that's what it turned out like. Yay. What a piece of wood. It's floating in the water. Don't know where that came from. Now I'm just going to dry this, or hang this up to dry, I should say. And once it's dry, I will heat set it, and then I will hand wash it, and then dry it, then iron it, and then it's ready to go. That turned out beautiful. Yay. Thank you, Martha. Okay, now I gotta clean off this top surface. I think I'm going to do one more scarf before I do the special order. She ordered a teal and black. She's a soap salesperson. She makes her own soaps, and that's her color scheme, is teal and black. So she wanted a scarf in her colors. And I thought that was such a great idea. And I told her it wouldn't be ready until probably April, but all my shows have been canceled. So, well, actually, my show has been canceled. That was supposed to be next weekend. Today was supposed to be my spinning guild, but that got canceled as well. I miss my fighter friends though. But we can meet each other virtually. I think we got most of it off. Do one more wipe just to make sure. And then I've got to put another scarf on. Make sure my fingers are dry though. Yep, we're good. Dry my hands off. Make sure I have no paint on them. What colors do you think I should do next? Okay, so this one is, oh, I almost had a white. I need white. I'm going to have to make some white. Where'd my thing go? There it is. I'm going to make some white while I'm thinking of it. I go through a ton of white. I should just get a bigger bottle, but I never do. Something spring. What do you think? What colors do you think I should do for spring? Right now I'm just making some more white paint because I use a lot of it. Come on. Pop, pop, pop. Green, yellow. What else? Come on. And what kind of green? Light blue. Oh, that looks familiar. Same pink, purple, light blue, and maybe yellow. Okay, I can do that. But I'll throw a little bit of green in there too. I'm making, takes a little while to make the white. Yeah, the bottle was full when we started. Just tamping down, trying to get the paint to go down into the bottle. I wish there was a trick to keep it from touching the sides, but I haven't figured that out yet. Okay, so we're thinking lilac and pink and light blue light yellow. And we need to have green in there. Gotta have the green. Should we do that green? Let's do this darker green. Yeah. But I gotta get the white. I have white too. Oops. Just dropped the pop. That's kind of important. Sorry, I'm off screen right now, but this can't be done over the water. One of these days I'll get smart enough to actually have a big enough bottle for the white, but I just haven't done that yet. I think this should be good. Somebody's pulling in my driveway. I don't know who. I just want to test it to make sure it's thin enough. Oh, perfect. Yes. Okay. Now, I'm off screen because I'm putting the scarf onto the rack while my hands are still dry. So bear with me. That one went on easily. Sometimes they have to really struggle back and forth because it keeps popping off one end and then the other, and it gets very frustrating. Okay, so where'd my white go? So these are the colors. Woo! Can't even hold them all. Here's the colors we're gonna do. My goodness, I wonder if it's a mailman. Because he never seems to figure out how to back or turn around in my driveway. Yeah, I think that's who that is. I wasn't expecting any packages. Come on. Okay. It wants to either drip or squirt. No in between. It's a good thing it's the bottom part. Okay, white is done. Now we have to do the leaves. Spring the leaves. Last time I did water marbling wasn't too long ago, but it was so cold. And I was talking to a friend that's in Canada, and she was saying how cold it is. And now today's in the 50s. Yesterday was in 70s, 80s. But I'm plenty warm here in the garage without any heat on, which is good. Come on, one more, just one more. Thank you. And then, let's see, let's do the blue. And I'm not doing any particular order. Sometimes I like to stack them on top of each other, but I don't think I want to do it for this. The next one I might stack on top of each other. Now, let's do a pink. And these scarves that I do, they're 100% silk. And yes, they come from China, unfortunately, but that's the only place you can get silk. And so, but they were bought way before the pandemic. I buy in bulk. This will make a beautiful Mother's Day gift. Yes, I can't believe Mother's Day is around the corner too. Easter. Oh, this would be pretty for Easter too, yeah. But Easter, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, and then we're summer. I have a 18-year-old, and we don't know, they've already postponed prom. We don't know if they're going to have graduation or not. I hope so. They come in to the world during 9/11, and now they graduate during the pandemic. Craziness. Well, my son doesn't seem to care too much. I saw a meme that said our seniors have the biggest, or the ultimate in senior skip day. And boy, do they ever. And you try telling an 18-year-old that he has to do homework. Ha! That's funny. Isn't it getting pretty? Okay, so let it spread just a smidge more. And we need to start thinking about my next colors, because the next one that I do is going to be the teals for the special order. And then I need to figure out what to do next. So I need your help. Help me with what colors I should do. This is kind of fun having somebody help me with the color combinations, because I can't always think of them. And I know many of you are so artsy that you could come up with some great ideas. Now it sounds like we've got some four-wheelers going out there. Okay. I think the color combination looks great. I would have never thought to put those colors together. And I appreciate you guys helping me with this. Because after a while you're like, I can't think of anything. And when it gets onto the scarf, it's not quite as bright, but it's still beautiful. What a great combination. That end looks so cool. And then when I get to this end, I'll look at the other end. From the other end, I'll say, ooh, that end looks so cool. Okay. Let's see, get a little bit more. In case it wants to go. Make sure we got it to the sides as best as we can. One of these days, right now all I have is it's a wooden trough covered with a painter's drop cloth. But I'd like to, eventually, I'd love to have one made out of like plexiglass or something, but that would be so expensive. So I'm trying to think of, I'd love to make it so I don't have to set it on a table, that I could just have it freestanding. And when my dad was in better health, he could have helped me come up with something. But Dad is not in the health that he used to be. But I'm sure I can figure out something. Because I'd like to make it just its own separate table, like. Paint on them. This rack that I created was something my girlfriend in my spinning guild and I, well, there were two of us. Three of us took this class. And then we sat there trying to figure out how can we make it so I can do it so you don't have to have somebody come and help you lay your scarf down every time. And that's what we came up with. And it was one of the best creations. I'm seeing other people use something like that now, but when I first started this, I hadn't seen anybody use a rack. And I love it. I don't want to have to, I'm a house full of guys. I don't want to depend on my guys to do that. And now the guys are growing up, and hubby, he'll be gone during the day and go places, and then I can't do it. I don't want to be dependent on anybody to lay a scarf down. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. I love it. Doing the first rinse. Now rinse number 2. This one doesn't have nearly as much thickening agent in there. This is going to be so pretty, guys. If I could ever get it to open up. you think? I'm so happy with it. Yay, thank you. That does definitely look springy. Spring, summer. Oh, it looks so pretty. I love it. Oh, so much fun. Okay. I keep losing my skewer. Okay. I want that one too, huh, Gloria? Well, Gloria, I have a special going right now. 10% off. I got a coupon code. I can add this to my store, and I've got a coupon code. You get 10% off a purchase over $50. So a visor and a scarf would be 10% off. Yes, we've done good. All mine. Okay, girls, we're not going to fight. Oh, now we're starting our cars. I'm sorry, guys. Day in the country. I think they have a race car they've been working on next door. And sometimes it gets kind of loud. I hope they don't get too loud with it. They're 19 or 20 and 21-year-old boys. I think our neighborhood has mostly boys in it. When my boys were young, there were no young kids. They were the only ones.